Hi there, welcome to the new video. In this video, I'm going to talk about the AWS storage part and the model evaluation part of our project, right? So let's dive deep in. Just let me open the code files. This is the new file that I've created, which is AWS storage.py, which is inside the cloud storage inside the US Visa. So let me show you where this is our main folder. This is US Visa folder. Inside it, the cloud storage. Inside it, I have created a new file called AWS storage.py. Okay, so let's see the code. So I have imported the libraries, boto3. We have got S3 client from our AWS connection, which I have shown you in the previous video. So I have imported that client and all these things. Okay, and our class name is simple storage service. Okay, so what are we getting in our init? I have called the S3 client function, which is from our AWS connection to get to connect with our AWS. Okay, so this is our S3 client. I have got stored the S3 resource and client. Okay, and this is a function which will check our S3 key path available or not. Okay, so it takes the bucket name, which is our US Visa dash model. This is our S3 key, and it will get the bucket, and it will check if there are objects there in our bucket or not. Okay, if it's greater than zero, which means there are objects there, so it will return true, or else it will return false. Okay, so I think this is good. And this is our read object method. So this method reads the object. Okay, the column is renamed output. Okay, so here we are doing logging. Enter the read object method to see it in our logs. This is our function. We have used lambda to get we used get function and read and decode. Okay, and if decode is true, else object.get body.read. Okay, so this is just a function I have written. Then we are returning this on function. Okay, which will read our object. So this is just for reading our object. Now this is the get bucket function. This method gets the bucket object based on bucket name. Okay, so let's see the code. This is just the login, and we are using s3 resource.bucket, and we are passing the bucket name. Okay, and we are storing it in bucket, and we are returning this object bucket. Okay, so I think this is simple function, just returning the object from bucket name, and this is our get file object function. So this is getting our file. This method gets the file object from bucket name bucket based on file name. Okay, so this is we have a file inside our bucket, right? So we want to get the object, the file object using file name. So this function is for that. Okay, and this is our bucket, separate bucket. We are storing the it in bucket, the bucket name, and then we are getting the file object from the bucket dot objects. Okay, and prefix we have give passed the file name. Okay, so I think this is clear. Again, we are using the lambda and creating a function, and then we are using a function on all the file objects. Okay, so I think this is also clear, and we are returning the file objects. This is for loading the model. This method loads the model name model. So the model name we are going to pass, and that model it will load from bucket name bucket. Okay, so I think this is clear. So here same function we have used lambda, which is the model name. If it is none, if model name is none, then do nothing else. We are going to return the directory and slash the model name. Okay, so I think this is also clear. And at the end, we are loading the model from the model object that we have received by using read object. Okay, and once we are loading it, we are storing it in the as a pickle formatting model, and then we are returning that model. Okay, so I think this clear. We'll get model.pickle out of this model function, okay? Or you can say method. And this is create folder, so it will create the folder. Let me show you this method create folder in bucket name bucket. Okay, so if we want to create a folder inside our bucket, this is the function which will be used. This is upload file, upload df as csv. So these all functions we are not going to use create folder. Okay, where is it? We are going to use only till def load model. This functions create folder, upload file. This will not be used because get df from object. These functions because it is used whenever data is coming in batches, right? So suppose that our data is in a like we are getting the data from sensors. So in that we have to get the data in batches. So in that case, this will be used. So we are going to create a new bucket for a new batch. Sorry, we are going to create a new folder inside our bucket, and we are going to upload the files, the batches, right? So this is for that, but we are not going to use it in our project. So I think this is clear. Now let's dive deep into the model evaluation part. Okay. So what is model evaluation? Firstly, let me see if the recording is going. Yes. So model evaluation means suppose we have a model in production, right? Which we have already found the best model previously, and it is inside production. But now we have figured out a new model, and we want to check if it performs better than our model in production or not. Okay, so that part is called the model evaluation part, where we compare the model which is in our local to model which is in our production. We'll compare the performance of them, and then if it is good, our local model is good, then we'll push it into production. We'll replace the previous model. Okay, so this is done by model push and part, which we are going to see in the next video. For this video, we're only going to see model evaluation. So let's see. First, we have to give some constants, obviously. So this is the constants I have given inside our constants file. Okay. So what is this model evaluation change threshold score? So this we have to define, which I have defined 0.02 means that there should be at least difference of this much in our both the models performance. Okay. Then only we are going to replace this model, the new model with the model in the production. Okay. So I think this is clear. This is our bucket name. This is our pusher key, S30. Okay, so I think this is clear. Now let's see the config entity. So we have added inside our config entity also, which is the model evaluation config. Okay, so what is there? We are just passed the threshold score. Okay, which is from our constants, and bucket name, which is also from our constants file. We have this and this is passed. Okay, so I think this is simple. Now let's see our artifact entity.py file. So is it it is so this is our class that we have added. Okay, and the class name is model evaluation artifact. So in this version, in this case in model evaluation, we are not going to return any files, physical files inside our artifacts folder. Okay, we are just going to return these artifacts as logs, okay, which I will show you. So we are going to return these four things. Is model accepted, which means is our new model accepted compared to the model in production or not. Change the accuracy, which is the change in the accuracy between the two. S3 model path, okay, which is the model path of our S3 model, and the train model path, which is the path of our local model in our local, which is the new model. And this S3 model path is the path of our model which is in production. Okay. So I think this is clear. Now artifact entity is also clear. Let's go to S3 estimator. So let me this we have already written, right? Estimator.py file. This for our we have created a US visa model class which helps us predict the values predictions on our extents. Okay, so this is that, but I want to create a new file which does the same thing, but it does using the model that is there in S3 bucket, which is in our production. So I have created a new file called S3 estimator.py, which is in the same place as estimator.py. So let me show you that it's inside the entity. So this is our folder, US visa folder entity, and I have created a new file S3 estimator.py. Okay, there. So I think that is clear. Now let's see the code. So this is the code. I have imported the simple storage service from AWS Storage, which I have shown, and this is US Visa model from our estimator.py, this model. Okay, so we are going to use that. This class we used to save and retrieve US Visa models in S3 bucket and to do prediction. So it will first save and retrieve our US visa models, which is in S3 bucket, and then it will do predictions, okay, using that. So this is for that US visa estimator class. Okay. This will take the bucket name, obviously, and the model path, and it will store the bucket name. It will create a simple storage service instance, and it will store it in S3. Okay. Um, so let me, this is from our AWS storage, which will do all these functions, this S3 path available, this read object, all these functions we are going to use in our S3 estimator.py. For that, we are storing the instance as S3. Okay. So we are going to use this for, I'll show you. See, this S3 key path available. So we have used that function and we have returned if our model is present or not. Okay, if it's not present, then it will print E and return false. Okay, so I think this is clear. So this is for loading the model. Similarly, S3.load model, which I am using this function. Let me show you. Where is it? This load model function. Can you see inside the AWS storage? So we are using it here in our S3 estimator. Okay, and we are returning it. And this is save model. Okay, so this will save our model s3.upload file. We are going to use the upload file method, okay, inside the AWS storage. So let me show you that also, this upload file method, okay. And this df scs we get df from object, this we are not going to use, okay. So let me show you upload file. And now final function is the predict function, okay. So what this predict does, it's simple. It gets the loaded model and it checks if it is none, which we have defined it as none. You can see the loaded model is none. Okay, so it will check if it's none. It will do the load. It will get the load model function. It will store the instance here as a loaded model, and it will do the predictions. And we are passing the data frame here. Okay, so I think this is clear, and we are returning the predictions. So this is a fairly simple function. So what this USB estimator does is it gets the model from our S3, it loads the model, then it saves the model, and then it predicts the value using that model. Okay, so I think this is clear. Now let's dive deep into the main file, which is the model evaluation file. I have created this file inside the components. So this is US visa. This is this is components. You can see the model evaluation file. I will create that here. Okay, so I think this is clear. Now let me show you the code inside our model evaluation file quickly. Um, yeah, this is the, we have imported everything, and this is, I'll explain you this class in a minute. Let's just go here first. Class model evaluation. Okay, so this is our main class. Now it takes the model evaluation config, the data ingestion artifact. Why ingestion artifact, and why not the artifact from our previous component? Because see, the new model which we have trained, which is inside our local, will be trained on the recent data. But the model which is in our S3 bucket, inside our which is in production, that data might have trained in that model might have trained on data which has now changed. Okay. So now when we are comparing the performance, we need to see the performance of our production model, which is inside our S3, on our recent data, current data that we are getting. So we are taking the test data from our ingestion artifact. Okay. So I think this is clear now, and this is our model train artifact. So it will take these three things and it will store it, as you can see. Okay, and this is the get best model function. This function is used to get model in production, which was in S3. Okay, so this we are getting bucket name, model path. Okay, this and then we are using the US visa estimator function. So where class, and we are creating the instance as USB and storing it in US with the estimator. Okay, so where is it? This one I'm talking about. Okay, so this will get our SP model, load our SP model, save SP model, and give the predictions. So okay, so we are using it in model evaluation file. So you can see I have checked is use the method is model present. Okay, and if it is, then we are returning the US with the estimator instance. Okay, so it will return our predictions. Okay, now this is clear and evaluate model. Okay, so this function is used to evaluate a model with production model. So now we have the uh, predictions of our model in S3. Now we want to evaluate it with the model we have, the new model which we have in our local. So what this will do? This will the function is used to evaluate that is clear. I have mentioned it. Test DF. So it will get the test DF read CSV from our ingestion artifact. It will get the test data. And this is just the company age current year minus. We are creating this feature and we are dropping the target column and we are splitting X and Y and we are doing the target value mapping in our Y. Now we are not doing transformation here because it is already there in our model. So there is no need to do that. Transform. This is our train model F1 score. We are getting the F1 score from our artifact. Okay, and this is our best model F1 score, which is initially none. Okay, and then we are getting our best model, which is the model in recipe, and we are storing it in our best model. This okay, and if it is none, then we are doing best model dot predict x y hat best model. Okay, and we are getting the F1 score of y and the predictions, actual y and the predictions, and we are storing it here. Okay, so my bad. If this is not none, then we are going to do this things. Okay, and if it is none, if we don't have any best model in S3, so we don't have any model in S3, and the best model F1 score will be none. And if this is the case, we will have this as 0. Model score will be 0. Okay. So let me just quickly get the charger. Where is the charger? Okay. So sorry. Hmm. I think it is clear. And let me see if recording is going on. Yeah. Now let's just hurry up. Okay. But after doing all this, we will store the evaluate model response. So let me show you this class. We have used this class. Okay. So I have created instance of this class and I have passed these four values, if you can see. Okay. And we are storing the instance of that class as result. And difference is you can see train model F1 score minus 10 best model score. So this is F1 score of our model in our local, and this is 10 best model score, which was our model in production. Okay, the score, the performance of that model. So I think this is clear, and we are passing this instance as in the logs as a login and not in the artifacts file. Okay, so I think this is clear. This is just the initiate model evaluation, which will initiate this evaluate model. Let me show you code inside that also. And these four things will be inside in our evaluation artifact, and it will also be written in the logs. Okay, so I think this is clear. Now let me show you the demo.py file. This is I have just added these two lines of code. That's all is what we have seen previously. This is I have created the instance of model evaluation, and then I have run the initiate model evaluation, which is this class. Okay, so I think this is clear. Now let me show you, and this is our article tag. So I have already ran this file. Let me show you what I have got. Can you see the Python demo.py? And these are all the combination of our hyperparameters that it has run. Okay, this is just a warning. It is not an error, and you can see I have successfully ran it. There is no error. And now let me show you the logs. Where is the logs? This is our logs. This is the last log, and let me open it. Yeah, so can you see what we zoom if I can? Oh no, I think this is okay. So let me show you. Can I make it big? No, this was better. Okay, so let me just show you at the end. Okay. Mm, okay, can you see train model F1 score 0.81, best model F1 score none, and is model accepted true because our current model was better than our model in production. So because we have our S3 bucket empty, our model F1 score for that S3 model is 0. And so the difference is 0.81, which is the F1 score of our new model. Okay, so F1 score of new model minus 0 is same. So the difference is same as F1 score of new model. So I think this is clear. And this is just the artifact change accuracy. You have is model accepted true. Okay, so I think this is clear. Train model path we have, and S3 model path also we have in our logs. So I think this is clear. Now let's do a fun thing. Let me upload and files. Let's quickly add files. Where is it? Okay. In my phone, USB dot, USB dot. Okay. Let me get the logs, no logs, artifacts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the model which I have got as an artifact in the artifact of our train model PKL file. Okay. So I'm going to upload it here. So I think this is here upload. Okay, let's see. And now after uploading it, I'm going to run this again and see the difference between the same file which is our local and the same model which I have uploaded in the S3. So it will compare the two. Okay. So this is uploaded. Now let's run this again. Python .py. Okay, let's go. So it will take some time. I hope the video is not off. Yeah. So it will take some time. So please wait. You will also see a new log which will be created here. You can see this is our old one, this is our new one. Created at 7.1, now it's 7.2. After we ran, this log is being created. Let's just get this finished and we'll check this log file. It's a bit slow because I'm doing it in my laptop. Come on, come on. I think because this recording is also going on, the CPU space is captured, so it is getting less CPU to run this. Okay, finally. Okay, finally it is running now. Yeah. Come on. Still, no. Yeah, finally, this is getting over. Okay, quick. It's taking more time because I'm also recording. Okay, nice. So as you can see, it is ran successfully. This is just a warning. There is no errors. And now let me show you guys our log. This is our log. Um, Let me show you the log. Yeah, can you see? Yeah, the train model F1 score 0.81, best model F1 score 0.65, and is model accepted 2 because our this F1 score of all this model is wrong, and the difference is 0.16, which is little difference, which is like little, but it is greater than our significance 0.02, which we have given in the code. So it has accepted this train model F1 score, the new model, which is our local. It has accepted that is model accepted equal to true, that you can see. Change accuracy is given, is model accepted true, S3 model path, and train model path. Okay. So I think this is clear, and it's working. So let me show you guys model booster path in the next video. Thank you.